It might have cut off. I might have to upload this twice. He said, he who leads with diligence, and he who shows mercy with cheerfulness. And a person who shows mercy is a person who is I see as a person who's a peacemaker. They are the ones who know that they receive mercy, and so they try to show mercy to others, and they try to encourage others to show mercy when they have been wronged. And so he says, you are to show mercy, you're show with cheerfulness. In other words, when you're forgiving a brother, you don't do it grudgingly, but you do it with cheerfulness, realizing that you yourself have been forgiven by God. And so it is important that everyone serves in their capacity in the church in order so that they may be able to, the church be able to fulfill her mission. And so as I was meditating on this, the Lord had led me to chapter 16, verse 18, where Jesus at Philippi, and he asked the disciples, who is it that you say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they began to tell him what the people were saying. And then Peter says, for you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus says to him, I say to you that you are Peter, and upon this bedrock, this foundation of your confession that I am the Son of God, I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it. And so as I was thinking about that, oftentimes we hear people talking about how the hell will not overcome the church. But really what that verse is saying is that it's not that hell will not prevail against the gates of the church, but that the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. And so what he is saying that is that the church is to invade the kingdom of darkness, and the kingdom of darkness will not be able to stand against the invading forces of the church. So oftentimes we hear that reverse, but instead what Jesus is saying here is that because gates are defensive, they are to keep the enemies out. What he's saying is that when the church goes up against the kingdom of the kingdom of the devil won't be able to stand because the church is stronger, because the word says greater is he who is in us than he who is in the world. And so I want to leave you with that word of encouragement. So as we are facing dark times, let us not be afraid, let us not shrink back, but let us go in faith and in confidence that we are going to prevail, because the gates of hell will not stand against the encroaching power of the church. And so don't be discouraged. Even though in dark times it may look like the times are dark, the church will be the church triumphant.